From somebody foretelling the sinking of the Titanic 14 years before it occurred, to The Simpsons foretelling Donald Trump's election triumph way back in 2000, this list of crazy or weird coincidences will blow your mind. And even if you don't believe in such things as predictions or prophecies for the future, some of these historical and real-life facts may shake your ground a bit. But before we dive into the video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on any of our future fascinating videos. Number 1. The separated twins with the almost identical lives. A set of twins from Ohio who were parted at birth grew up without any awareness of each other's existence. Their lives did, however, share many strange similarities. They were both given the same name, James, on their adoptions. They both grew up to be police officers, and both of them married women with the same name, Linda. But that's not all. Each has a son, one named James Allen and the other one named James Allen. And both of them also have a dog named Toy. Both brothers got divorced later and both remarried women with the same name, Betty. Number 2. Did Edgar Allan Poe have a time machine? Some individuals think so. How else could he have been aware of an event almost half a century before it occurred? In his book called The Narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket, the writer explains how 4 sailors who outlived the sinking of their ship were made to eat a rather unlucky cabin boy named Richard Parker. Although Poe stated that the story was based on real events, that wasn't actually true. 46 years later, however, a ship really did sink, and the people of the crew who were rescued were made to eat a cabin boy to survive. The name of the cabin boy? You guessed it, Richard Parker. Before moving forward with the list, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss any of our future videos, like this one. Number 3. Mark Twain predicted his own death. Did the famous writer Mark Twain forecast his own death? Well, if he didn't, then it was an extreme coincidence. The author was born in 1835 when Halley's Comet was crossing the Earth. It only crosses once every 76 years or so, but Twain forecasted that he would die on its next crossing. He said in 1909, "I came in with Halley's Comet in 1835. It is coming again next year, and I expect to go out with it." The author died on the very day of its appearance in 1910. Number 4. Miss Unsinkable. Based on how you look at it, Violet Jessup was either one seriously fortunate lady or she was one seriously dangerous omen. The cabin crew and nurse was on the HMS Olympic when it hit the HMS Hawk. She was on board the HMS Britannic when it sank after bumping a sea mine, and she was also sailing on the RMS Titanic when it sank after bumping an iceberg in the North Atlantic. No surprise, she later became known as Miss Unsinkable. Number 5. The incident with Anthony Hopkins and a rather rare book. When Anthony Hopkins was training for his role in The Girl from Petrovka, he needed to find a version of the book, written by George Pfeiffer, so he could read it before filming began. But anywhere he looked, he couldn't find a copy. Until one day, while sitting on the train, he found a copy on the carriage in which he was traveling. But that's not the end, as when Hopkins later met the writer, Pfeiffer told him that he also didn't have a version of the book. Why? Because he'd given his last copy to a friend who had then accidentally lost it on the train. Number 6. Coincidence or reincarnation? Enzo Ferrari, the founder of the Ferrari company, died on August 14, 1988. Just the next month, on October 15th, Mesut Özil, the Arsenal footballer, was born. Just look at their pictures side by side. Huge coincidence or proof of reincarnation? You decide. Number 7. The Simpsons predicted Trump for president way back in 2000. The Simpsons have been known to correctly predict all kinds of things, but maybe their most exciting prediction of all, and also the most relevant right now, was forecasting that Donald Trump would become president. We didn't see it coming, you didn't see it coming, but the Simpsons definitely saw it happening way back in the year 2000. It's one seriously creepy coincidence. Number 8. The Dutch cyclist who escaped 2 plane crashes. Consider it or not, Dutch cyclist Martin de Jong has got away from not just 1, but 2 major plane crashes in his life. Not only was he expected to be on board missing Malaysia Airlines Flight 370 before choosing to take a flight that departed an hour ahead, He was also expected to fly on Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, the one that was shot down over Ukraine in 2014, before switching to a different flight in order to save money. Number 9. The man who forecasted the sinking of the Titanic. 14 years before the Titanic sank, Morgan Robertson, in 1898, a fiction author from the U.S., had written about the sinking of the ship in one of his novels called Futility. The ship in the book was called the Titan, but that's not the end of the connections. For example, like the real Titanic, the Titan was expressed as unsinkable. They also both had inadequate lifeboats, and they both struck with icebergs in the North Atlantic. Number 10. The strange coincidences between Lincoln and Kennedy. Abraham Lincoln and John F. Kennedy, two of America's presidents, share a number of hardly believable coincidences. Both were killed from gunshot injuries to the back of the head. Both died before a holiday. Kennedy was killed on the eve of Thanksgiving. Lincoln was assassinated right before Easter. Both died on a Friday, and each one of them was followed by their wife and another couple. But there's more. Both had a friend named Billy Graham. Both had secretaries named after the other. Lincoln's secretary was called Mrs. Lincoln, while Kennedy's secretary was called John. Both had 4 kids, and both of their heirs were vice presidents called Johnson. So that's it from our side. Has anything on this level of crazy ever happened to you? Let us know in the comments section down below. And please don't forget to like, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content, just like today. We hope you enjoyed our video, and we will see you next time.